Hey, what's going on YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I started Season 11 with a 5-game winning streak with one of my favorite supports, Seraphine. This KDA pop star has everything you want in a support. Someone who can keep your team alive while offering one of the best long-range engages in the game. I'll be going over items, runes, skills, and playstyle in this mini Season 11 Seraphine support guide. In most of my guides, I usually start by describing the first mythic item you should purchase, but instead I want to touch upon the first item you should buy, Dark Seal. This item is extremely efficient as you gain 15 AP and 40 health for only 350 gold. This insane value is even better if you factor in the ability to stack additional AP upon any takedown. Seraphine should be played in such a way that you can easily obtain assists by spamming support spells from the backline. Although buying this item will slow down your one item power spike, the efficiency of such an item works well to power you through the early game. Once you've purchased Dark Seal, you can start making purchases towards your primary mythic item, Moonstone Renewer. This mythic item synergizes well with Seraphine as your spells can be easily procced in teamfights. By the time you finish this item, you can be healing your teammates at a starting rate between 85 to 100 up to 130 to 150 health every 2 seconds, as long as they are in combat. The consistent healing that you provide for your teammates will help them survive in those extended teamfights. You don't want to be in the front of the teamfights, but instead, you will be healing your teammates from the backline. You can use your ultimate as a super long extended engage while being far away from any imminent danger. After purchasing this mythic item, you will want to purchase Staff of the Flowing Water. This legendary item is procced every time you heal or shield an ally. It can be procced either by casting your W ability to shield you and your teammates, or if your Moonstone Renewer is activated in combat due to its passive healing. Your teammates will gain an additional 20 to 40 AP for 3 seconds and additional movement speed. This 15% bonus movement speed provides a small but very noticeable buff, allowing your teammates to dodge abilities and chase down weakened enemies. Alternatively, if you find your team has a lot of auto attackers, you can consider purchasing an Ardent Sensor instead. Ardent Sensor increases the attack speed of your teammates by 10 to 30% every time they are shielded or healed. Additionally, each basic attack will be boosted with an additional 5 to 20 bonus magic damage. Champions that are heavily reliant on auto-attacking to deal damage will prefer Ardent Sensor as your first legendary item over Staff of the Flowing Water. Along your build path, if you notice the enemy team has a substantial amount of healing, I'd suggest purchasing an Oblivion Orb to help apply grievous wounds to ensure your enemies can't out-heal your team's damage. Feel free to upgrade this item later in the game to Chemtech Putrefier. Lastly, due to the amount of insane burst available in Season 11, Azania's Hourglass will likely be another conditional legendary item choice to consider. Generally speaking, your position in teamfights should be far into the backline, but sometimes a good flank by an assassin leaves you no choice except to purchase a stopwatch. Building Zania's is very effective as you not only avoid the assassin's burst attempt, but you also buy yourself enough time to throw out another one of your spell rotations. Here are a few example final builds for Seraphine support. For runes, there is one main rune page I use, which provides you with great defensive ability to ensure it is extremely difficult for enemies to kill you off. The keystone rune that I would recommend is Guardian. Guardian provides you with a substantial shield anytime you or a nearby ally take lethal damage. This shield lasts 2 seconds and can easily turn the tides of a teamfight, baiting the enemy into a misposition. Guardian is followed by Font of Life, Bone Plating, and Revitalize. If you're worried about getting one-shot by an assassin, consider switching out Font of Life for Shield Bash for some additional tankiness. The secondary tree can consist of one of 2 pairs, Manifold Band and Transcendence, or Biscuit Delivery and Cosmic Insight. For skill upgrades, I like to start with Q, then E, then W. You want to maximize points in Q as it is easily spammable in teamfights and provides great poke for laning phase. Afterwards, your secondary spell you will want to max is E to help reduce the cooldown on this ability. Your E is very important and determines how aggressively you can position in lane. It is your only form of CC out of your basic abilities, so make sure not to misuse it or else you can be easily collapsed on. You want to max W as your last ability, as the shield amount actually scales off of levels rather than the number of points put into the spell. Finally, I want to touch upon two basic concepts that will instantly improve your gameplay. The first gameplay tip applies to the laning phase and involves your passive ability. After casting a spell, Seraphine and allied champions gain what are called notes. These notes enhance your auto attack damage and range, which you want to use the most of. Make sure you use these notes to harass enemies or turrets from afar in order to maximize her damage output. The second gameplay tip revolves around your ultimate usage. Seraphine's abilities have a very slow projectile speed, meaning you have to be wary about her cast time. Use her ultimate with purpose to engage on priority targets from afar. If you see your allies rushing in, don't be afraid to follow up with your ultimate behind them, as the range extends continually as long as it hits a champion. Try to follow up the AoE charm with an E ability to apply additional CC. For more gameplay tips for Seraphine, feel free to check out one of my earlier guides containing 7 quick tips on how to play Seraphine support. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to hit that like button and consider hitting that subscribe button too. It really does help. Also, I do stream League on Twitch, so please feel free to come by and hang out with our community. Check the description box below to know when I go live. If you have any thoughts regarding Seraphine support, please let me know in the comments below. See y'all in Diamond. Untiltable. Untiltable. Streamers. Untiltable. Untiltable.
That's gonna be,